you looking for some fun, interactive games to help kids with different issues like anxiety, anger, impulse control, family issues, conflict resolution, social skills, self esteem, all the stuff? I have got a free list for you with at least probably 160 games, and the list is growing of games that I use in my play therapy practice, and they are powerful and effective. And so I want to tell you all about it. My name is Tasha Milligan, and I am with Pathways to Peace Counseling. I love making counseling games, but also putting together very helpful resources for therapists, for teachers, for parents. Everybody who works with kids needs to know how to help kids emotionally regulate and to grow in their coping skills, their ability to communicate, all the stuff that's going to help them deal with life, right? So let's dig into it. I'm going to show you what I got here. So I'm going to drop a link in the description for how to get to this. It is a Google Slides document that I have used to compile all of my ideas of different games. So I've got the games that I make, I've got games that other therapists make, and I've got kind of a general outline of how I use different games for therapy that might just be store-bought games. So I have a ton of different ideas, and I would love to hear more. What are your favorite games to play in therapy? And check and see if they're on here. If they're not, let me know and we can keep adding to the list. But keep in mind, I want all of these games to be $20 or less because who can afford to pay $50 a game for counseling? I know I can't. So I try to keep it affordable and real for all of you other people out there that go through a lot of games because I don't know about you, but a lot of times kids will play a game once and they'll be like, I'm bored with it. Let's do something else. And if you paid $50 for that game, it can make you lose your mind. Been there, done that. So this is basically the site map that you're going to use to find your way around this Google Slides document. So the way it works is you figure out what presenting problem you want to deal with. Or it's just categories. Like we've got free resources, holiday games. There's a lot of different types of resources. But once you figure out what category you want to look at, like let's say you want to check out coping skills, you click on this link, and then these are all the different games that I've compiled that help specifically with coping skills. And then say you want to look at how to calm big emotions, which is a book and a game. And it goes through lots of different categories of different kinds of coping skills, very important to use. And this will tell you how it works. So it helps children identify their emotions, how to regulate them. It defines different types of coping skills, helps develop a coping plan, builds body awareness. And then there's a link for how to get there. Most of them also have prices. I probably ought to add that to this one. This is for the hard copy book, it's $15 for the telehealth version, which you can still play in person if you just want to do it on your computer or a tablet. It's $7.50. So the telehealth version is also a Google Slides document. So that's how you find out how to use this. And then you can go back home and get to the top of the document easily by hitting the home button. And then say you want to pick a different one. Say you want to do telehealth, you can follow that link. And so these are going to be the traditional games. And they're just games that you can play online for different issues. So we've got the Uno, Connect Four, that kind of stuff. And then these are the counselor made telehealth games. So we have quite a few different ones. But I mean, if you go through here, we just have games for everything under the sun. And there are a lot of games. So we have games for trauma. And then, but check this out. If you go down here, we're at 181 slides in this document, and there is tons of information. And if you look through here, some of them I have included videos of. Some of them are different therapists talking about how to do different games and how they've made them, like taken a basic game and made it more therapeutic. Some of them I've included my own videos of how to take a game and make it more therapeutic. So let me find one here. Let's see, this one is how to make your own file folder game. And this is Pam Dyson. If you're not familiar with her, you probably ought to go give her a follow because she has so many creative interventions. This one's another Pam Dyson of how she uses Kerplunk in play therapy. And then Dr. Robert Jason Grant has some really good ideas for how to use some different games in therapy. So anyway, there's lots of different ideas from different therapists. So be sure to check it out. And like I said, drop me a message and let me know what are your favorite games. And I would love to let this list grow. It's a free resource, it doesn't cost you anything. And I hope it's as helpful to you as it has been to me. Thanks for joining me today, and I will catch you next time. Oh, and don't forget, I also have a video for why use games in therapy because it's one thing to do it, but it's so important to know why. So if you want to get into the nitty gritty of all the good stuff that happens when you're playing games with kids, be sure to check out that video as well. I'll drop a link in the description.